What's up, franchise listeners? Brady Trentham here inside Chesapeake Energy Arena with the AP's Cliff Brunt, one of the greatest in the business. Cliff actually covered the Indiana Pacers back in the old days, so just like Paul George, switch sides. He's a snake. Just kidding. No, but the Thunder defeat the Indiana Pacers tonight, 107-99, thanks in large part to a big third quarter. But, you know, Cliff, the Thunder, to say that they've been struggling recently is just putting it lightly, but tonight just seemed like, just like the Raptors game, the Raptors went on Friday night, it seemed like a win that they desperately needed.
Well, they definitely needed it. They've been struggling. They'd lost, I believe it was 5 out of 6. You don't want that kind of a stretch getting close to the playoffs. And it was very important not only to win this game, but to beat a playoff caliber team. And they did it with passing the ball. They did it with being team-oriented. They did it with a big run in the third quarter, 24-0 run. And after that, man, it was over. And that's what Coach said afterwards, McMillan. He was just like, yeah, that was it.
And it's kind of interesting, you know, with the Indiana side, and you probably have some perspective on this as well, but it's so interesting to me how the Pacers still continue to be successful even when everyone says that they should. You know, going back to the Paul George trade, everyone said they should tank. You know, even with Victor Oladipo, they should tank and try and get a lottery pick. Now with Victor Oladipo out for the season, everyone thought there goes the Pacers season. But in both instances, the Pacers just continue to win, and it's something that Thunder fans should probably take notice of because both markets are fairly similar. But I bet you kind of understand a little bit more.
And the Pacers have never been one to tank. They've all the way back to when they redid their roster after the brawl and they sent all the players out to different places. They always still tried to make the playoffs. They always felt like they could get that hidden gem in the draft. Paul George, I believe, was a number 10 pick. I mean, it's not like they were getting like number 1 and number 2 picks. They just said, we're going to win as much as we can. We're going to do what we can and develop these guys when we draft them, and then they're going to try to just keep winning. That's the Indiana way. They're all about winning, and even when they're in games, their mentality, when they get behind, they keep fighting. They're fighters. They're overachievers. That's what they do. That's what they've always been.
Similar markets, Oklahoma City and Indianapolis. The 24-0 run in the third quarter tonight was the second longest in Thunder franchise history, and it was the longest this season. But enough from us. Let's go check out Russell Westbrook, Jeremy Grant, Terrence Ferguson, see what they had to say in the locker room.
Russ, you seem to really control the flow tonight. How were you able to just dictate kind of the terms of everything on offense?
Just pace. Pace is key. Good for our team.
It seemed like the way that you especially got Steven involved early, made an impact throughout the night. Were there things that you saw that related to that?
Just read and react. A lot of times, teams' game plan is to try to keep me out the paint, and load the paint and bring a lot of guys. So just got to read and react and make decisions.
What's that feeling like out on the court during a 24-0 run in the third quarter like you had?
Honestly, I didn't even pay no mind to that. I really was locked in defensively and try to get as many shots as we can in the row.
Russell, what does it do for you all when Jeremy's hitting the three-point shot the way he's done, particularly since the All-Star break?
He's been playing great all year, honestly. He shoots the ball with confidence, and he gives us a chance to win the game.
Russ, did you come into tonight's game with a mindset to facilitate? Was it something you'd seen from the Pacers on film that you thought that that's what you wanted to do?
Next question.
Russ, you're getting the ball to Jeremy and Steven, and then they're kicking it out and getting a bunch of assists. That seems to be a new development over the past few games. What's opening up there?
I think throughout the game, like I said, coming into the game, team's game plan, just keep me out the paint. So when I drive, it's 4 or 5 people there. So when I kick it out, it creates closeout for Jeremy. For those guys, it makes them preferred P. Opens our offense up a lot more, which is good.
Not that you made those 2 back-to-back blocks to give your team energy, but could you feel your team sort of take off after those 2 blocks that you?
I did it to give us energy.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was on the defensive end. I knew we had to pick it up, so I definitely tried to do that to give us a little spark.
Jeremy, I think you're shooting over 42% since the All-Star break from 3. What's been the key for you in terms of your three-point shooting?
Just my teammates, just finding me in open spots, making it extremely easy for me, just catching and shooting.
What has Russell done to be able to put you in positions to make those shots with consistency?
Everything. He commands so much attention whenever he drives to the basket. That my guy converges or another guy converges and it's swing after that.
Jeremy, Russell really was not looking for his own shot a lot tonight. Did you sense that he was trying to get everybody else going?
For sure. He does that all the time. He always tries to get everybody involved. I think tonight a little bit more. He tried to get us involved a little bit more, and it worked for us.
One thing that Billy said was that you guys played up to your identity, and you could have won this game any number of ways, but to win it the way you won it, to make it more meaningful, better going forward?
Definitely a good win for us. Pacers is a tough team, playoff team, so definitely a big win for us.
Stephen, you really were able to shut them down from the three-point line in the third quarter. Did you notice anything, you'd mentioned on the court, the rotations, but why you guys were able to kind of get out and contest those better?
A lot of those come down to it's called double stunting. It's being early in your load help, which makes it easier to close out to your guy, if that makes sense. If you're not in your load help and then you try and run to help, and then they kick it, and that's like half a second difference, but that makes all the difference for them to make the shot. So that was actually pretty good. And again, just rotations from there.
You were able to catch the ball in the middle of the floor a number of times and just make a play from there. What was the key in terms of your finishing tonight and then making the right play?
Just trying to make the right play. That's all it is. They were collapsing a lot of weak sides, so trying to, they. Not blitzing, but they were just up there. So there was a pocket for me. Russ found me a couple times, and same with PG. And it's just swinging it to the other side if the man rotates over. It was, bad stuff.
Stephen, did you guys find something, be it either side of the ball in the second half, just like things broke your way and all of a sudden the game became easier?
Did we find something?
Well, when you go on a 24-0 run, it seems everything you're doing defensively and offensively is working.
I mean, you can't take too much full credit for it, just because they did miss some shots that typically they'll make. I mean, so I'm not saying 100% of their misses were because of us. It wasn't that. It was just some of it went our way, some of it didn't.
Out on the court, could you feel yourselves as a team raising your game?
I think so. Me, honestly, mate, I'm just bloody clueless, mate. I just don't even know the score or whatever. It's just more just in the moment, trying to make the right plays in that sense. I think most of the other players as well, they felt the same.
Stephen, I know you don't like to focus on your scoring, but did you just kind of need a night like this where the ball just kind of went through the hoop, just having all that success in the paint offensively?
Do I need it?
Yeah. Was it nice, at least?
Oh, yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, we got to win, so it's always good. Yep.
What did you notice about how the offense continued to produce in that fourth quarter? They made a couple runs at you, but you guys just continue to execute.
We play fast. We play fast, downhill, kick out, and we're having fun. And we're having fun. You play how you want, and we won, so that's all that matters.
First half.
Go ahead. Just done, my bad.
First half, it seemed like some of the missed shots maybe bled into the defense. What did it take just from a mental standpoint to shake off a little bit of a tough first half and not let that get to you?
Keep shooting. As simple as that. And the first half gets us. We got a 48-minute game, and like I said, we stuck together. We stayed confident in each other, and we came out, got the win, and had fun with it.
Did you guys come out of the half with a focus that was different, bigger, better, or did what led to that defensive stand in that third quarter?
I mean, it was the same. It was the same as first half, but like I said, we just we picked each other up. Definitely our communication picked up. Defensive end, talk to each other. Telling each other we had each other's back. And it helps our defense. Like I said, forcing us to tough shots. It made a big difference in the game, and it came out with a good one.
What's your read on that backside lob, the alley-oop that you and Russ usually connect on?
I looked at Russ. He went like that, and I knew it was going down. So it was our little thing, and it was pretty fun. Pretty good hoop.